What up? This your boy Cole with Cole Cowboys Sports Report, where I bring you the latest and greatest content of the Dallas Cowboys. And if you're new to this channel, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and ding that notification bell so you know what I'm bringing. So, I want to go ahead and talk about the topic of the day with Von Miller. Basically, Von Miller went out and was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to go to Dallas. I was even willing to take a pay cut, but not they went lower than what he, you know what I'm saying, he was cool with. He was willing to take a pay cut, but not that low of a cut, as he stated. Apparently they went on ahead and offered him the same deal that was given to Randy Gregory. I believe it was like 70 mil for 5 years. 5 years, 70 mil. You know what I'm saying? And if you know how to break down the contract, 2 of those years were voidable. So, you know, Von Miller wasn't for that. He was like, well, that's kind of, you know what I'm saying, that's kind of low for my taste. And I really want to be a Dallas Cowboy, but I also want to take care of myself as well. This is where I'm going with the whole situation. Everything starts and ends with the front office, with Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. We know that Jerry Jones isn't running the ship. It's clearly Stephen Jones when it comes to these contracts. And Jerry is going to have Stephen's back regardless. He'll lie for Stephen. When Stephen mess up, he will lie and have Stephen back. That's just how it is. And Lord forbid, whenever Jerry Jones go to glory, we will be stuck with Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones has admitted on the record that he would not be making as much of a big risk as Jerry has done. He wouldn't do it. He doesn't have the balls. And that's one thing that really frustrates me about this organization, because I'm like, hey, if you don't have the balls to do it, find somebody that can. You know what I'm saying? You can be an owner and just sit back and relax and you know, pay a real GM, somebody that knows how to control the cap, somebody that knows how to get talent, somebody that knows how to sign player. Get him or her, but you know, most likely, you know, it's gonna be a he, just being real. And you know what I'm saying? Make it work. You can sit back and rack up a lot of Super Bowls that way. Look at Robert Kraft. I mean, he was fortunate with Tom Brady, of course, but at the end of the day, he has a he has a GM. I mean, he has, you know, people in the organization. He's not doing all that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of GMs. Not GMs, but owners are doing that. You can look at the Rams. Take a good note of the Rams. They owner know how to let their GM handle things, and he handled it very well. I mean, they getting players after players. They won a Super Bowl. They got an all-star team. Now, they got a real all-star team. We ain't talking about them weak-ass Eagles. We talking about a real all-star team. And they're well coached. And they stay out of the way. I'm frustrated because the Cowboys had a lot of great teams. A lot of talent. You know what I'm saying? Talent all over the board. I believe one year we had like 13 Pro Bowlers. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like we could have made it further. Like whenever I, you know, bring up 2014 when we got snagged for that catch, no catch. And whenever we, in the 2016 playoff game, you know, when, you know, Jared Cook had that miracle catch from Aaron Rodgers with that, you know, weird kick. We had opportunities. But man, I can tell you plenty of other reasons why we could have made it if the, you know, front office would have stayed out the way. If the front office would be like, you know what, let me go ahead and get some extra pieces to add on to this team instead of just playing it safe. You know what I'm saying? That's what championship teams do. They go out, even if they are good, they still find ways to get better. We don't do that. We don't do that in Cowboys land. We don't. You know what I'm saying? If we're having a great season, like say for instance last season, we having a great season, they'd be like, well, you know what? We got all the guys we want. We cool. Instead of going ahead and adding on pieces. We could have added on a lot of pieces. I mean, we lost Michael Gallup. We could have acquired an Odell Beckham. You know what I'm saying? We could have did it. I mean, what's the risk? Just go out there and get them. You know what I'm saying? We could have got a Von Miller. They don't know how to let it hang As my girl Margarita Mary stated on Pick Six Sport, y'all check him out. He don't know how to make it. He don't know how to let it hang, man. He's tucked in. He over here like scared. You can't have a scared front office. You have a scared front office, you have the Detroit Lions. You know what I'm saying? You have the Jacksonville Jaguars. You have the New York Jets. Teams that aren't making moves. They rather be top on the daggone salary cap. Like, it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating. We can have the best teams, but at the end of the day, it starts and ends with the front office. The front office builds a Super Bowl team. You just got to give the ingredients to the coach to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like, that Mike McCarthy isn't being treated fair. He's not. And it starts from the front office, man. I mean, it's so much pressure on Mike McCarthy already. And the fact that everybody, that narrative is like, oh, you know what I'm saying, Mike McCarthy gonna probably get fired in the middle of the season. They waiting for Sean Payton. The fact that Jerry Jones didn't even shut that down from the beginning pissed me off, because I'm like, you letting this thing linger. You putting your coach through the ringer. He has to answer all these questions. Like, come on, man. You could have nipped that in the bud right then and there. You know what I'm saying? You decide to do it, 3 months later? And then you're not even giving him any weapons. I mean, we have good players. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of faith in CeeDee Lamb. I have a lot of faith in Ezekiel Elliott. I have a lot of faith in the weapons that we have on offense. But if the front office going to interfere and make things about politics to affect the team, what's the point of having all those players? You know what I'm saying? The front office didn't step in when Kellen Moore was laying an egg. You know what I'm saying? You got a offensive coordinator over here applying for jobs, applying for head coaching jobs before the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever you see an issue, you're not addressing it. You know that we got to run the ball more. Instead, you want to pass more and be predictable. Like, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. And I feel like the reason for all of our failures come from the front office, and the front office alone. We kept a mediocre coach, an 8-8 coach for 10 years because they like him. You know what I'm saying? They love him. They adopt him as a son. We let go of a great coach in Bill Parcells that rebuilt the team that didn't even make the playoffs. We let him go after 2 years. We need change, and we need the Cowboys. I just wish that they can get out of their ways, put their pride to the side, and hire someone to do the job that they aren't doing good at. It's been 26 years, man. Y'all got lucky with that last Super Bowl, because that was Jimmy Johnson's team, and they was already trained. They already had that Super Bowl mindset. After that, it started to fizzle away. You know what I'm saying? Give Jimmy Johnson the respect. Put him in the Ring of Honor. You know what I'm saying? It's frustrating. As a Cowboys fan, it's very frustrating to see how this team is. In this offseason alone, we barely made any free agency moves. We started off letting Amari Cooper go. Letting Amari Cooper go for a bag of chips. I understand that you know what I'm saying, you gotta move on from him. But you could have got something better. Instead of slandering his name, you could have boosted up his name and got a better pick. You know what I'm saying? You make DeMarcus Lawrence get a pay cut. And he gave that pay cut. He was willing to accept that pay cut because he thinking that y'all going to acquire better players, a la Bobby Wagner, a la Von Miller, somebody. Y'all decide to re-sign our Pro Bowl punter. I like him, but a punter? You could have found another punter, a cheaper one. I liked him, but you make DeMarcus Lawrence take a pay cut so you can get a punter. You know what I'm saying? You let Randy Gregory go because you want to change up his contract. Now, in my opinion, I didn't like how it was made because it seemed like we had that deal on the wraps. But I was like, you know what? I feel you. I feel you. I mean, hey, he did try to play y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, he handled his business. I understand that. He just didn't want to play for the Cowboys. And I feel like that, you know what I'm saying, yeah, they built that relationship and Jerry got fleeced and Steven really, you know what I'm saying, messed that up too, and Jerry Jones just wanted to have his son back. But that kind of made me mad as well. I mean, I'm over it now because I'm like, hey, I mean, we got Sam Williams. I'm pretty sure he can produce better numbers, but at the end of the day, it's the way you handle things. A lot of other players see that. I'm sure there's a lot of NFL players out there that want to play for the Cowboys, but know how y'all roll, know how the front office roll. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, you know what? I'd rather go ahead. I need to take care of me. Hell, I don't want to be stuck in that clown show. You know, that's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? That's what they talk about, this type of stuff. They talk about it just like we talk about it. And, man, I know it's, oh yeah, this is what I wanted to get to. And I know this is a pretty long video, and if y'all stick around this far, y'all real ones for real, because I'm venting like a motherfucker today. So this off season has been more. We made more moves in the off season. The Cowboys, instead of exploring free agency, we have been exploring marketing. Started off with the whole cryptocurrency partnership. That was the big news that was going to be held for a press conference that they was trying to share with their fans. Oh yeah, we getting into cryptocurrency. You know what I'm saying? We getting into that Bitcoin life, Cowboy Nation. It was nothing to do with possible changes of the organization. Again, marketing again. Boxing. We're going to have some boxing matches in AT&T Stadium. Jerry's World. We're going to have boxing matches. We partnering up with what's that pay-per-view for boxing. Wait, I'm not done. They also partner up with WWE. WrestleMania is going to be held in Jerry's World. We got the star behind the WrestleMania. So we're branding that. We're bringing so much. This is great for Cowboys, for the Dallas Cowboys. WrestleMania. I'm not done. We recently partnered up with some coffee place. So yeah, the Dallas Cowboys partnered up with a coffee place. So we over here serving fresh brewed coffee. Can coffee stop the run? Can coffee change our wide receiving corps? You know what I'm saying? Can coffee improve our offense? I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this organization, Cowboy Nation. Eagles, I already know what y'all going to do. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of, y'all going to use this against me. By all means, going ahead. I don't care. It's frustrating, man. I'm frustrated as a Cowboys fan. I still believe we're going to have a good season. I do. I believe that we could possibly even be the first in a long time to win the East 2 times in a row. But I need to see some changes, man. We need to win some playoff games. I'm being real, We need to win some playoff games. Changes need to come. And it starts with the front office. It don't start with Dak Prescott. It don't start with Mike McCarthy. It starts with Jerry and Stephen Jones. Y'all be easy. Sorry about this venting video, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Peace.